The Tommy Campbell Show. Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, and today I'll be getting into Donald Trump getting booed while playing King Narcissist at the FIFA Club World Cup Final, recent tariff trouble, and more. But first, here's JD Vance training for when the MAGA mob tries to Mike Pence him, because MAGA, they're unpredictable, they're turning, they're burning hats, take that China. I just love JD Vance attempting to do anything. This guy can't even order a donut or get a haircut, so it's no shocker he can't run. What was happening? Did someone tell him that there's a fresh futon up there and he's allowed some me time? This is just your reminder that when he claims he was a Marine, that he was a military journalist with the 2nd Marine Aircraft Wing in a non-combat role, writing articles and taking photographs. And if you were looking for his records, he's not filed under Vance. He was James D. Hamill, reporting for reporter duty. Will there be any running today? No. Subscribe. Donald Trump attended the FIFA Club World Cup Final at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. He brought Melania with him, Don Jr., and Jared Kushner. Where's Ivanka, though? I think she is distancing herself from Donald Trump. If anyone knows how creepy he is, it's the daughter that he said he wanted to date. What is it with this guy in sport? I mean, the guy can't even walk a few holes on the golf course where he buried his first wife. He has nothing to do with sports unless he's taking money from the Saudis or hijacking an event like this. And this week, just so you know, he also won another golf championship, posting, "In between meetings and phone calls, it was a great honor to win the member championship at Trump National, Bedminster. Gross, no strokes, with Tommy as my partner, not me. The main other competitors were not only great golfers, but also terrific people. When you only win at the courses you own, something's a bit fishy. Also, gross, no strokes sounds like what the usher said to Lauren Boebert during the performance of Beetlejuice. Gross, no strokes, get out. FIFA Club World Cup is a global contest between club teams, not to be confused with the FIFA World Cup, which is the world's premier football soccer competition between national teams. The New York Post claimed the Trump clown show arrived to huge applause, but the video tells another story. It's predominantly booze, and it's hilarious. See, another angle here we go. Okay? No one's excited to see Donald Trump, and what is really wild is when Chelsea wins and Trump decides he's going to attempt to make it all about him. Look at the genuine confusion from the players. Like, why is this guy here? Why is the president even here? Cole Palmer and Reece James are just like, why? Before endorsements and brand deals, just on contract alone, Reece makes over 13 million pounds per year. These are top players trying to celebrate a big win. They deserve it. They are jumping up and down, and Donald Trump can't join in because it will dislodge the piss tube down his trousers or shake the log that's stuck in his depends, since Eric isn't around with the golden turd tongs to fish this one out. It's interesting to see the growing popularity of football in North America. It's the sport all kids play because all you need is a ball. You can pick up a quick game anywhere. You don't need fancy equipment. But as popular as it is to play, it's been a slow burn, and I'm an NFL football guy myself, but I'm married to a Brit and lived in the UK for a long time, so my exposure to the sport was something else. But what really got me into it was watching Welcome to Wrexham. If you didn't catch it on its first run, it's a great series on Disney+, and it's as much about a country, a town, and its people as it is about the sport. Anyway, lovely show. MetLife Stadium will also be hosting the men's 2026 FIFA World Cup Final. So unless the hamburgers fail us, Trump will be storming that stage as well.
You know, people are saying, I don't care about Texas, I don't, but I went to the soccer game in New Jersey to get some free balls for Texas because they float. When the floods hit, just grab your balls.
This is really cool.
I made this show without any sponsors thanks to your tips, channel memberships, and merch. Please throw me what you can to keep this show going.
And under the president's guidance, we actually fixed the fraud, waste, and abuse, specifically work requirements, which is what they're talking about. When the program was created 60 years ago, it never dawned on anyone that you would take able-bodied individuals who could work and put them on Medicaid. Today, the average able-bodied person on Medicaid, it doesn't work, they watch 6.1 hours of television or just hang out. That's not fair.
It's not okay.
No, go out and try to get a job.
Again, thanks Oprah for making this moron a household name. Most working-age adult enrollees in Medicaid already work. Just over 31.2 million people ages 19 to 64 were enrolled in Medicaid in 2023, KFF found. More than 2.4 million of them were also covered by Medicare, and 2.7 million received disability benefits from Social Security or Supplemental Security Income benefits. Excluding those two groups who presumptively have disabilities that would exempt them from the work requirements leaves 26.1 million enrollees. Among that group, 11.5 million worked full-time and 5.1 worked part-time. Of the 9.5 million who didn't work, 3.2 cited caregiving responsibilities as a reason, while 1.7 said they were in school and 2.6 cited illness or disability. The only country with the predominantly private system is the USA, and Trump is determined to make it more difficult to get coverage. These enrollees that are taking care of family, retired, in school, are going to have to get a job, like, if there even is one.
It was a promise to the American people to take care of you if you were having problems financially or if you were having an issue because you were older and needed health care. And it changed the country in a good way for many reasons. But we're all in it together, Stuart, which means we'll be there for you, the American people, when you need help with Medicaid and Medicare. But you've got to stay healthy as well. Be vital. Do the most you can do to really live up to the potential, your God-given potential to live a full and healthy life. And, you know, don't eat carrot cake. Eat real
That's
food.
what you've given me.
I know. This is a little bit of a wink, but I was jokingly calling this the Maha Medi-cake. But of course, I couldn't find a healthy cake, so I bought the closest thing, a carrot cake.
Well, just leave it right there. We'll take care of it.
I'm sure you will.
Which would you rather do?
The whole point of this is that they're not going to be there for you. And yeah, carrot cake. That's why my father died of cancer. All that carrot cake. I just want to use him as an example. My dad only had a couple drinks a year. He was crazy healthy my entire life. He didn't even put dressing on his salads, never had soda. He avoided things with food coloring. And for us, it was the same. I was raised like that. People would tease me about going to my house for a sleepover. Like, oh yeah, what are we going to have? Water and carrot sticks? This is going to be so much fun. You know, there was no chips and popcorn in my house. My father exercised every day and still died quite young. Obviously, trying to be healthy makes sense. Michelle Obama tried to make changes for the better, and it didn't go down so well with everyone. Healthy people get sick all the time, and healthy people have accidents. My leg break is what they call a life-changing injury. This shouldn't even be a conversation. Healthcare is a human right. If a nation is not healthy, they cannot be productive. Limiting healthcare is not beneficial.
Any questions, please? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. What was the tipping point for you in making this decision? Was it a conversation with President Putin? Was it a piece of intelligence? And why are you giving 50 more days?
I think I think it's a very short period of time. I think, don't forget, I've just really been involved in this for not very long. And it wasn't initial focus. This is a Biden war. This is a Democrat war, not a Republican or Trump war. It wasn't my war. It was Biden's war. It's not my war. I'm trying to get you out of it. And we want to see it end. And I'm disappointed in President Putin because I thought we would have had a deal 2 months ago, but it doesn't seem to get there. So based on that, we're going to be doing secondary tariffs if we don't have a deal in 50 days. It's very simple. And they'll be at 100%. And that's the way it is. It can be more simple. It's just the way it is. I hope we don't have to do it.
Okay, so the guy that said he'd end the war on day one is now claiming it's Biden's war and the Dems. And what do you know? He goes full taco and gives Russia 50 days. I'm so mad at what you're doing that I'm going to do something serious about it in 2 months. Trump continues to go after his neighbors as well. Starting August 1st, the U.S. will impose a 35% duty on goods imported from Canada. This is the second time the deadline for the U.S.-Canada talks have moved. Trump blamed Canada for the fentanyl crisis, even though America's own data shows that less than 0.1% of fentanyl seized by U.S. authorities was at the Canada-U.S. border. The trade war is illegal. The Manhattan Institute writes, new data on fentanyl seizures presented here largely reinforce previous understanding that most IMF enters the U.S. from the South. This data calls into questions tariffs and other policies and policy justifications that treat the threat from the northern border as comparably severe. In June, the Canadian Border Services Agency seized 187 kilograms of cocaine with an estimated street value of $23.3 million. The narcotics were coming into Canada from the USA via the Blue Water Bridge port of entry in Ontario. During the inspection of the trailer, Border Services officers, with the assistance of a detector dog, discovered 161 bricks of Don Jr.'s favorite cereal. Good on you, dog, and good on all the folks that shared their summer pet pics on my Facebook this weekend. Please be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Elon's Dumpster Fire. We're always having fun between episodes. Trump is bad for business. The world needs trade of all sorts. America first is just going to be America last. The guy couldn't figure out how to make a casino profitable. He has more flops than Kevin Sorbo, yet his base thinks that by deporting people, picking fruit, and taking away healthcare, they're all going to be rich. Crazy. Worst channel by a Long's Hot. Long's Hot, the new measuring stick for comedy and content. I get what you were going for there, but you didn't really pull it off. Thanks for dropping by the show and leaving us your MAGA tears. You make me want to cancel my Netflix subscription. There is just so much stupid here. Has the Tommy Campbell Show been picked up by a major streaming service? Because one would think they'd let me know. So I don't know what this channel on YouTube has to do with Netflix. I mean, I am definitely in a few movies and TV shows that are on there, but that can't be enough to want to cancel their subscription and destroy the opportunity to Netflix and chill with their cousin wife. MAGA tears. FIFA Club World Cup is a global contest between club teams, not to be confused with the FIFA. He can't run. What was happening? Did someone tell him there's a fresh fruiton? A fruiton. When a course is young, something's a bit fishy. Also, gross, no strokes. It's like what the usher said to Lauren Boebert during the performance of Beetlejuice. Gross. No strokes. I have a special Mitch McConnell in the Wild video coming this week for members of the channel. To join, it's less than $3 a month for all sorts of fun, and you get to help the show get made. So be sure to do that.
The Tommy Campbell Show is the best political comedy show on YouTube. And I hope you subscribe.